I freeze mid-step in the church hallway, the words from my cousin Vanessa hanging in the air like a physical blow. $15,000 for a wedding gift? You're such an amazing sister. Suddenly, the gift card in my purse feels like a brick against my hip. $5,000. 2 months of careful saving, budgeting lunches at my desk, canceling my weekend getaways. My fingers curl instinctively around my handbag strap. Vanessa turns, her champagne glass tilting precariously when she spots me. Her eyes widen, her lips forming a perfect O of surprise. Oh, was it supposed to be a surprise? My PR training kicks in before my emotions can betray me. I stretch my lips into what I hope passes for a smile, though my face feels wooden, disconnected from the storm brewing inside. Don't worry about it, I manage, my voice steadier than it has any right to be. These things have a way of getting out. Vanessa smiles, relieved, and squeezes my arm. Still, what a generous gift. Maya's so lucky to have you. The world narrows as I nod, murmur something appropriate, and continue down the hallway on suddenly leaden legs. $15,000, not five. $15,000. The bathroom door feels impossibly heavy as I push through it, locking myself in the farthest stall. Now, with no audience to perform for, my hands shake violently. I fumble with my phone, pulling up my bank app. The balance mocks me, the result of months of overtime and sacrifice. The gift card receipt sits in my email, the confirmation number and amount in bold black letters. $5,000. A memory surfaces. My mother's voice, casual and cutting over Sunday brunch last week. You know, with your PR salary, everyone expects something substantial. The way she emphasized substantial, as if my planned gift were pocket change. Mia, my perfect younger sister, nodding along. Jenny's sister gave her $20,000 for her wedding. Must be nice to have such a generous family. The dismissive look they exchanged when I'd mentioned my $5,000 gift. The gift that represented 60-hour work weeks and declined invitations to save every penny. My heartbeat thunders in my ears. Sweat breaks out across my forehead as tunnel vision threatens. I press my palms against the cool metal of the stall door, forcing myself to breathe deeply. 1 breath. 2. 3. In the mirror above the sink, my reflection stares back at me. Amelia Allen, 31. Successful PR specialist, reliable daughter, generous sister. My makeup is flawless. My burgundy dress is wrinkle-free. My smile is practiced and pleasant. But something new burns in my eyes now. A controlled fury simmering beneath the composed exterior. I reach into my purse and remove the gift card from its elaborate wrapping. The silver ribbon I'd spent 20 minutes perfecting is now crushed between my fingers. $15,000. They told everyone I was giving $15,000. This isn't the first time. Images flash through my mind. The check I wrote for Mia's final semester abroad. The loan for my parents' roof repairs that was never mentioned again. The medical bills after Dad's minor surgery that somehow became my responsibility. Each time the same pattern. The casual mention of their need. The pointed references to my good fortune. The implied obligation. The gratitude that never quite matched the sacrifice. I wash my hands with mechanical precision. Water splashing onto my wrists. I pat my face dry, reapply my lipstick and straighten my shoulders. Not this time. I walk into the rehearsal dinner with measured steps, scanning the room until I spot them. Mom and Mia, heads together in conversation at the head table, both falling silent the moment they notice me. Their smiles are too bright, too eager as I approach. Guilt flickers across Mia's face before she masks it with a laugh at something our father says. Ellen. The wedding planner appears at my elbow, clipboard in hand, her professional smile firmly in place. Your mother mentioned you'd like to announce your gift during tomorrow's reception? I turn to her slowly, a plan forming with perfect clarity. Actually, I have a better idea. My voice sounds different even to my own ears, calm, decisive. Could I be added to the toast list? Before my mother speaks. The planner nods, making a note. Of course, right after the father-daughter dance. Perfect, I smile, feeling the weight of the gift card in my purse. I think everyone will be quite surprised by what I have to say. After the rehearsal, the hotel room keycard slips from my trembling fingers as I fumble with the door. Inside, I kick off my heels, one bouncing across the beige carpet as I sink onto the edge of the bed. My phone buzzes with a text from Mom. Don't forget your speech tomorrow. Everyone's so excited about your generous gift. I switch off the phone and pull out my laptop instead. The spreadsheet glows in the dim hotel lighting, each entry a precise record of my silent generosity, a digital paper trail of manipulation. My finger traces down the screen, each row a memory. $4,700 for Dad's medical bills. $7,200 for the roof repair. $11,340 for Maya's semester abroad. $3,890 for the emergency car loan. $5,450 for the parents' anniversary cruise. The total at the bottom of the screen mocks me. $47,380 over 3 years. Nearly a year's salary after taxes. I open my banking app, staring at the balance that should be enough for the down payment on the small bungalow I've had my eye on. The cottage with the bay window the realtor keeps calling about. My email inbox holds more evidence. Subject lines from Maya scroll past. Thank you so much for the help with tuition. I'll pay you back someday. Love you. You're literally a lifesaver with the car thing. I owe you big time. Best sister ever. Barcelona wouldn't have happened without you. Not one penny repaid. I click on voicemail, finding the saved message from last Tuesday. Sweetie, it's Mom. Just confirming you're bringing the gift tomorrow. We're telling everyone about your generous contribution. $15,000 is such a meaningful number for our family, since Maya was born on the 15th. Anyway, call me back. $15,000. The precise amount they knew I couldn't afford without emptying my savings. The hotel phone rings, startling me. I answer reflexively. You're not answering your cell. Kate's voice comes through clear and fierce. What happened at the rehearsal? They told everyone I'm giving Maya $15,000. They what? Kate's voice rises. Mel, that's 3 times what you planned. My laugh sounds hollow even to my own ears. According to my spreadsheet, it's not even their biggest ask. What spreadsheet? The words tumble out as I describe the financial accounting I've kept for years. Every loan, every temporary help, every guilt-induced transfer. $47,000? Kate whispers. Mel, that's financial abuse. The term hangs in the air between us. I've never labeled it before. This ends now, Kate says, her voice hardening. They've been using you as their personal ATM for too long. It's not that simple. Because you've let them make it complicated. Your mother orchestrates, Maya plays along, and your father sits back and benefits without ever lifting a finger to defend you. Her words land with physical force. The trio of betrayers named so plainly. If I don't give what they've promised, I'll look like the villain. I say only to people who don't matter, Kate counters. This is your chance to break the pattern, Mel, once and for all. After we hang up, I sit motionless, Kate's words echoing. My phone buzzes again, a late-night call from Mom. Melia, darling, just checking in. Your father and I told the photographer to capture your special moment tomorrow. Everyone's so excited about your generosity. Mom, I never agreed to $15,000, I say quietly. A pause. Well, that's what we've told everyone. It would be embarrassing to go back now. Her voice sharpens. You know how these things go. Perception is reality. The PR phrase, my profession's mantra. Used against me. I need to go, Mom, it's late. I hang up before she can respond. Then I notice my social media notifications blinking. 3 new tags. Cousin Vanessa's post appears first. So proud of my cousin Amelia Allen for her incredible $15,000 wedding gift. Family goals. Best sister ever. 23 likes already. My stomach knots. The trap is complete. Back out now and I'll look cheap, ungrateful, selfish. The narrative already written against me. I pull out the hotel stationery and begin drafting. Cross out. Redraft. The words need to be perfect. Not angry, not bitter, just honest. I call the DJ directly, confirming my place in the toast lineup. Next, I retrieve the thick leather photo album from my suitcase. I spent weeks collecting these pictures. Mia and me building sandcastles at Cape Cod, making snow angels in the backyard, hiking with Dad at the Grand Canyon. Real memories, not monetary value. Inside the cover I write, money disappears, furniture breaks, but these memories are our true inheritance. I run my finger over the inscription, then close the album firmly. For the first time in years, I feel something unfamiliar settle over me. Not anxiety about disappointing them, Not resentment over their manipulation. Something cleaner, sharper, clarity. I place the photo album on the nightstand and turn off the light. Tomorrow I'll give a gift worth more than $15,000. The truth. The next morning I balance a mimosa in one hand and force a smile as Aunt Carol leans in close, a perfume cloud engulfing me. Such a generous sister, she whispers, patting my arm. $15,000. When my daughter got married, her brother gave her a blender. The mimosa turned sour in my mouth. I've endured a morning of relatives approaching with knowing smiles, congratulating me on a gift I never promised. Each comment drops like a stone in my stomach, building a wall of resentment I can barely contain behind my practiced PR smile. Across the breakfast table, Mom catches my eye and raises her glass in silent approval. Next to her, Mia laughs at something her maid of honor says, both of them stealing glances my way. The maid of honor corners me by the breakfast buffet minutes later. I heard about your amazing gift. She gushes, loading her plate with cantaloupe. You're setting such a high bar for the rest of us. I could barely afford the bachelorette weekend. I nod, reaching for a strawberry to give my hands something to do. Family is important. The words taste hollow, rehearsed. How many times have I repeated that phrase while writing checks? At the hair salon, Mom holds court among the bridesmaids, her voice carrying. My Amelia always comes through for family. Always. The stylist twists my hair too tight, making my eyes water. Or maybe it's the weight of expectations crushing me from all sides. The wedding planner appears at my elbow as the stylist finishes, slipping me a folded note. From your mother, she whispers before disappearing. I unfold it with trembling fingers. Your announcement right after father-daughter dance. Perfect timing for maximum impact. My lungs constrict. She's choreographed this entire performance, my role reduced to opening my wallet on cue. I crumple the note in my fist, feeling something crack inside me. Not my resolve. My silence. Back in the bridal suite, I reach for the photo album. Flipping through childhood pictures last night, I'd found an unexpected gift. The memory of who I used to be. There's 10-year-old me, skinny arms crossed, standing between Maya and a neighborhood boy who'd made her cry. My chin jutted forward, eyes flashing. I'd forgotten that girl existed. The one who spoke her mind before she learned to swallow her words with her pride. Another photo slips out. Grandma Allen holding both of us on her lap, her silver hair catching sunlight. Her voice echoes in my memory. Honesty is the only gift that never breaks, Melly. Remember that. I touch the image, feeling the truth of it burn through my fingertips. My silence hasn't protected anyone. It's only enabled years of taking. The bathroom door swings open and Mom appears in the reflection behind me. Our eyes meet in the mirror, her perfectly lined lips tightening at the corners. There you are. Everyone's waiting. She closes the door, blocking the exit. I've told everyone about the 15,000, Melia. Don't embarrass us. The words hang between us. The first time she stated the lie directly to my face. I turned slowly, photo album clutched to my chest like armor. I never agreed to that amount, Mom. Her shoulders stiffen, surprise flickering across her face before hardening into something colder. Don't be difficult. You make more than enough to spare it. Family comes first. Yes, the word comes out stronger than I expected. Family does come first. That's why I'm doing this. Doing what? Suspicion narrows her eyes. I move past her toward the door. Being honest. My phone buzzes with a text from Kate. Whatever happens, I'm proud of you. Truth is always right. The photographer captures me in the hallway, camera clicking at my expression. Whatever he sees makes him lower the lens and nod with something like respect. That's a keeper, he murmurs. Uncle William passes me on the way to the ceremony, his weathered hand squeezing my shoulder. Stand tall, Melia, he says quietly. Some storms need to break. His support steadies me as I approach the DJ's table and hand over my revised speaking card. Before the mother of the bride, I say firmly, "It's a surprise." The DJ studies my face, then nods. Got it. The ceremony passes in a blur of white lace and promises. I stand beside my sister, holding her bouquet, wondering if she sees the irony. I've been holding things for her all our lives. The reception begins with champagne and laughter. Across the room, Mom straightens Dad's tie, whispering in his ear. She's radiant in her mother of the bride glory. accepting compliments and directing servers. Every few minutes her eyes find me, making sure I'm still in place. The father-daughter dance concludes with applause. Mom begins moving toward the microphone, her path clear, but the DJ's voice cuts through the quiet. And now, before we hear from the mother of the bride, Amelia Allen would like to say a few words. Mom freezes mid-step, her champagne glass tilting dangerously. Her head swivels toward me, eyes widening with alarm. I rise from my seat, legs steady beneath me. The room falls silent as I approach the microphone. For the first time in years I recognize myself. Not the agreeable daughter, not the reliable ATM, but the girl in that photograph who knew how to stand her ground. I take the microphone, meet my mother's stunned gaze and smile. Not the practice pair smile, but something real and unflinching. Behind Mom, Dad shifts uncomfortably. Maya's fingers twist in her lap. But I keep speaking, the words flowing now, unstoppable as truth always is once it finds its voice. The wedding reception buzzes with energy. David's arm remains wrapped around Maya's waist, both of them watching me with expectant smiles that don't quite reach their eyes. I've thought a lot about my gift to my sister today. I begin, my voice steady. Mom leans forward, nodding encouragement, already rehearsing her follow-up announcement. My gaze locks with hers. A flicker of uncertainty crosses her face. Money can be spent, I continue. Furniture can break. The photo album rests against my hip. But love and truth last forever. Mom rises halfway from her seat. The DJ blessedly steps between her and the microphone. Maya's smile falters. Dad shifts in his chair, fascinated by the tablecloth. Instead of a number, I say, my voice gaining strength, I want to give my sister a blessing. Build your marriage on honesty, not on forced sacrifice. A ripple moves through the crowd. Aunt Judith leans toward Uncle William with a whispered comment. His eyes meet mine with quiet approval. Family isn't measured in dollars, I continue, even as Mom attempts to edge around the DJ. It's measured in moments of authentic connection. I reach beneath the table and lift the album, its burgundy leather cover catching the light. This album contains our shared history, the real wealth of family. Walking toward Maya, I feel strangely weightless. I open the album to the first page. Maya, age 7, and me, age 10, arms wrapped around each other at the lake house, before the calculations and manipulations, before love came with a price tag. Remember this? I ask, my voice soft. You were afraid of the water, and I taught you to float on your back. A tear slips down Maya's cheek. I hope you and David fill it with honest moments and true happiness, I say, squeezing her fingers. That's worth more than any dollar amount. The photographer captures the moment. Maya's tear-streaked face, the album clutched to her chest, my straight-backed posture. It's not the money shot Mom planned, but it's honest. Applause swells around us. Uncle William is the first to stand, followed by Kate, then Aunt Judith, and soon half the room. Not standing for me exactly, but for the audacity of truth. Mom remains seated, rigid with fury. Dad pats her hand absently. Later, guests approach with genuine appreciation. Mrs. Robertson, Mom's bridge partner, squeezes my elbow. About time someone in this family spoke honestly, she murmurs. Mia finds me by the cake table, the album tucked under her arm. You made me look terrible, she whispers, but there's no real heat behind it. No, I correct her gently. I gave you the chance to be better. Eleanor intercepts me as I slip away, her fingers curling around my wrist. You've humiliated us in front of everyone, she hisses, her smile fixed for any watching guests. That speech, that photo album, what were you thinking? I draw a steady breath. I was thinking about honesty, Mom. Thomas appears behind her. Your sister deserves better, Amelia, on her special day. Before I can respond, Maya approaches, her wedding gown swishing. Why did you have to make a scene? Her voice wavers. Everyone was expecting. You know, $15,000? I ask quietly. A gift I never promised? Eleanor's nostrils flare. We assumed you'd want to do something meaningful with your salary. My salary barely covers my rent after I've given you $47,000 over the past 3 years. The number falls between us. Thomas blinks rapidly. Now wait just a minute. I reach into my clutch and withdraw the folded spreadsheet. Here's a complete accounting. That's private family business, Eleanor snaps. Private until you decided to announce a fictional $15,000 gift to everyone we know, I reply, my voice level. Love shouldn't come with a price tag. Uncle William approaches. Eleanor, the girl's right, he says, placing a hand on my shoulder. This has gone on too long. You don't understand, Eleanor sputters. Family helps family. I agree, I say, opening my purse. Which is why I brought these. I pull out my phone and show her the text thread with Mia. Mom says you're announcing the $15K at the reception. So generous, can't wait, followed by heart emojis. Mia's face drains of color. I didn't. Thought. The wedding planner steps forward. Mrs. Allen specifically asked me to prepare for this announcement. She gave me the exact figure. Eleanor's voice rises, drawing more attention. I was just trying to make your sister's day special. At my expense again. Mia stares at the phone, then at the photo album. She opens it slowly, fingers tracing over childhood photos. Her eyes lift to Eleanor, something new dawning in them. Mom. The single word carries weight. Eleanor's facade crumbles. I won't stand here and be accused by my own daughter, she announces, grabbing her evening bag. She storms toward the exit. Thomas follows without meeting my eyes. I stand alone in the aftermath, spine straight. Conversations resume in hushed tones. The DJ announces the next dance. Life continues. Uncle William squeezes my shoulder. About time, he murmurs. Mia remains, clutching the album. I didn't know, she whispers. Not everything. You didn't want to know, I correct her gently. There's a difference. She nods slowly. What happens now? I look around at the beautiful reception, the life we've all pretended we could afford. Now we start telling the truth, I say, feeling the first real smile of the day spread across my face. And see what's left. 1 month later, I run my fingers over the glossy album cover, savoring the quiet of my apartment. The weight has lifted. No frantic texts, no guilt-inducing voicemails. The morning light streams through the windows, catching on an unopened letter from Mia. Taking a deep breath, I slide my thumb under the seal. Dear Amelia, the photo album sits on our coffee table. David picks it up almost daily, asking about the little girls with gap-toothed smiles. I've shown him every picture. What I need to tell you is that Mom pressured me into the money announcement. She said it would motivate you to give more. I should have stood up to her. I'm sorry I didn't. Your speech wasn't what I expected, but maybe it was what I needed. Love, Mia. My hands tremble slightly as I fold the letter, the first honest communication between us in years. I pull out my own copy of the album and flip to a blank page. Carefully, I position a new photo. Mia hugging me after my wedding speech, her face showing genuine gratitude. Not perfect but real. Next to it, I leave empty spaces. Room for honest relationships still forming. How's therapy going? Kate asks later that night. Around us, friends clink glasses and laugh. Dr. Marshall says I've got excellent boundaries now, I reply, unable to keep the pride from my voice. Last week, Dad called about their property taxes. I suggested a payment plan instead of reaching for my credit card. Kate's eyebrows shoot up. And he actually thanked me for the advice, I add, still surprised. Baby steps. To speaking truth, even when it's difficult, Kate declares, raising her glass. To speaking truth, our friends echo. My phone buzzes, Mom's number. Once that would have sent me into a spiral. Now I silence it, planning to return the call tomorrow on my terms. Later that week, my phone rings during lunch. Amelia, my mother's voice sounds different, less commanding. I've been thinking about what happened at the wedding. I never saw how much pressure we put on you, she continues, the words clearly difficult. The money, the expectations. I think I convinced myself it was normal. Thank you for saying that, I respond, carefully measured. I'm open to building something new based on respect. A pause. I'd like that. That evening I add another photo to my album. A recent family dinner where, for the first time, no one mentioned my finances. Just conversation, sometimes awkward but honest. On the album's first page, I write a new inscription. The true wealth of family is measured in honesty, not dollars. I close the album, leaving the final pages blank, ready for a new chapter of family history that hasn't been written yet. Sometimes the most valuable gift we can give is the courage to speak our truth. The quiet of my apartment is a balm. For weeks, the only sounds are the hum of my laptop, the gentle clink of my own coffee mug, And the easy laughter of friends who come over just to be, not to ask for anything. The absence of obligation is a space I am learning to fill with things I actually want. Then an email appears. The subject line is stark. Wedding photos. Ready for download. My finger hovers over the trackpad. A part of me, the old part conditioned to anticipate disaster, expects a gallery of censure, pictures of my mother's fury, Mia's tear-streaked disappointment, my own isolation in the middle of the dance floor. I take a steadying breath, the kind Dr. Marshall has me practice, and click. The first images load, the ceremony. Mia radiant. David beaming. Standard stuff. I scroll faster, my heart beginning its familiar, anxious drumbeat. And then I stop. There it is. The shot the photographer called a keeper. It's not of my face but of my back. I'm walking away from the microphone, my posture straight, my shoulders level. And in the foreground, captured in stunning brutal clarity, are the faces of my family. My mother is half risen from her chair. Her mouth a thin, furious line, her eyes narrowed to slits. My father is looking down at his plate, a study in forced ignorance. Mia is staring directly at me, the photo album clutched to her chest like a life preserver. Her expression is not one of anger, but of dawning, devastating comprehension. It's all there. The entire unvarnished truth, framed in one perfect stolen moment. I download it immediately. A few days later, a package arrives from Mia. No note this time. Inside is a small framed copy of a different photo. It's the one I put in my own album. The hug after my speech. In this version you can see more. My hand is on her back, my eyes are closed, and there is a faint real smile on my face. Hers is buried in my shoulder, but the line of her body speaks of relief, not rejection. It's her answer to the photographer's shot. Her truth alongside mine. I place it on my bookshelf, next to a small potted plant. Fits. The call from my mother comes on a Tuesday afternoon. I am prepared. I've let her previous calls go to voicemail, each one a little less assured than the last. This time I answer. Amelia. Mom. A long silence stretches, filled with the static of unsaid things. I don't rush to fill it. I saw the photographs, she finally says, her voice tight. The ones everyone saw. It was unflattering. It was honest. I reply, my voice calm. Another pause. I can almost hear her recalibrating. The wheels turning as her PR instincts battle a feeling she can't control. Your father and I, she begins then stops. We've been talking. About the roof. The medical bills. I wait. We didn't keep track. Not like you did. The admission is pulled from her. A splinter extracted. The number. 47,000. It's substantial. It is. I agree, neither softening nor hardening the fact. We can't, that is to say, a lump sum. She trips over the words, the language of finance foreign and uncomfortable on her tongue. I'm not asking for a lump sum, Mom. I say, and it's true. The money itself is almost irrelevant now. It's the acknowledgement that matters. The fracture in the perfect facade. But an acknowledgement would be a start. A plan. Even a small one. The silence on the other end is profound. I've shifted the paradigm. I am no longer a resource to be managed, but a party to be negotiated with. I'll speak to your father, she says, and the formality of it is her white flag. Not surrender, but a cessation of hostilities. We hang up. I look at the two photos on my shelf, the confrontation and the hug, and for the first time I understand they are not opposites. They are cause and effect. That weekend, Kate comes over with wine and takeout. So, she asks, flopping onto my sofa. How's the Cold War? It's a thaw, I say, handing her a glass. A slow, awkward, deeply weird thaw. I tell her about the call. Kate lets out a low whistle. An acknowledgement? From Eleanor Allen? I think hell just registered for its first frost warning. She grins then sobers. Are you okay? I look around my quiet apartment. At the bungalow listings I've started browsing again on my laptop. At the photo of me and Mia, not as donor and recipient but as sisters flawed and figuring it out. I will be, I say, and I realize I truly believe it. The story isn't over. But I'm finally holding the pen.